In 356 BC, in the kingdom of Macedonia, a prince was born whose destiny was far greater than the throne he inherited. His name was Alexander. Raised under the tutelage of two remarkable figures, King Philip II, a ruthless and skilled military strategist who transformed Macedonia into a military power, and Aristotle, the great philosopher who instilled in him a passionate love for Greek culture. Alexander believed he was a descendant of Achilles. When Philip was assassinated, a 20-year-old Alexander ascended the throne. The Greek city-states, subdued by Philip, immediately revolted, viewing the young king as merely a boy. They were mistaken. Alexander acted with astonishing swiftness. He razed Thebes to the ground, a calculated brutality that sent a bloody message across Greece. "Follow me or be destroyed." Greece quickly fell under his command. The impossible battle, crushing Persia. With Greece pacified, Alexander turned his eyes on the true goal, his father's dream, the mighty Persian Empire. A vast realm spanning 3 continents, a true Goliath compared to Macedonia's David. Persian King Darius III saw Alexander as nothing more than an arrogant nuisance. At the Battle of Issus, Darius brought forth a massive army, vastly outnumbering Alexander's forces. But Alexander did not fight conventionally. He identified a weakness in the Persian lines. During the heat of battle, Alexander led his companions, the elite cavalry, in a daring charge straight through enemy lines, aiming directly for Darius's chariot. Terrified by the audacity and fury of the young king, Darius fled the battlefield. With the king in retreat, the Persian army was shattered. Alexander triumphed not just with tactics, but with extraordinary courage. A new pharaoh and the city of dreams. He didn't pursue Darius immediately. Instead, he moved into Egypt, where the Persians were hated as occupiers. The Egyptians welcomed Alexander as a liberator. Priests declared him the son of Amun-Ra, a pharaoh, a living god. It was here, along the shores of the Mediterranean, that Alexander planned a city that would bear his name, Alexandria. More than a military bastion, it was a dream of a world where Greek and Eastern cultures intertwined. Alexander was more than a conqueror. He was a creator. Heart of an empire and fire of ambition. At Gaugamela, Darius once more assembled a massive army to stop Alexander. And once more, Alexander achieved the impossible, crushing Persian forces and forcing Darius to flee for the last time. The Persian Empire fell. Alexander advanced into Babylon, and then Persepolis, the ceremonial capital of Persia. In a controversial act, perhaps drunken, perhaps a deliberate revenge for the Persian burning of Athens, Alexander ordered the burning of the grand palace of Persepolis. That fire marked the end of the Persian Empire and the beginning of a new phase in Alexander himself. He began to wear Persian clothes, adopt Eastern customs, and even required his men to perform proskynesis, bowing before him as a deity. Journey to the edge of the world. He had conquered the world's greatest empire, yet his ambition burned still. Obsessed with reaching the edge of the world, he marched into India. Here he faced a new foe, the war elephants of King Porus. In a brutal and bloody battle, Alexander prevailed, but his army was exhausted. They had marched tens of thousands of miles, fought relentlessly for over a decade. When Alexander ordered them eastward again, for the first time, his loyal army refused. They mutinied. In bitterness and anger, Alexander was forced to turn back. The unexpected twilight of a god. Back in Babylon, at age 32, Alexander began planning new conquests, Arabia, and possibly Rome and Carthage. But fate gave him no more time. After a banquet, he suddenly fell ill. A mysterious fever tormented him for 10 days. The world's greatest warrior, undefeated in battle, who had survived countless wounds, lay helpless on his sickbed. As his loyal generals gathered around, they asked who would inherit his great empire. Alexander whispered his final words: "To the strongest." Alexander the Great passed away, still young, with his ambitions unfulfilled. He had conquered the world but could not conquer death. His empire immediately fractured, torn apart by his own generals. But Alexander's legacy was not a unified empire. His legacy was the Greek culture he had carried with him, creating the Hellenistic Age, a great fusion of East and West, laying the foundations for the modern Western world. His life was short-lived, yet burned more brightly than any in history.